Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I have missed you all these long and lonely months. But Wingflyer, you may ask, where have you been? Where have you been? Why haven't you given us casts? You know, it's just not right. And, the truth is, I would regale you with my stories of heroism and bravery and dragon slaying and all of that. But alas, we don't have time because I am casting this game. I'm actually casting this tournament, the TA Escalation 2022 Pro Tournament. Guys, I am a couple months behind. There has been a lot going on in my life. Since my last cast, I have moved to a new location. I have a new job. And there's just been a lot going on, but I have been meaning to cast this tournament, and I'm glad I can finally get here. And I won't be casting every game or series in the tournament, but I will be casting the close ones, the high skill ones, the ones you guys want to see the most that are going to have probably be the most fun to watch. And having said that, we're going to start with the first game in the tournament, at least the way that it was submitted in the Discord. And this is between Lemmin and Terminator. So Lemmin will be our core and Terminator will be ARM, and this map is called The Point of No Return. And by the way, I have never casted a game on this map, so I'm very excited. This should be pretty interesting, guys. And as I mentioned, Terminator here, our red ARM player, and Lemmin, our blue core player. And guys, this is a pretty neat map, The Point of No Return. Okay. There's some metal in the south here. The water in the south is pretty interesting just because it kind of opens up these new avenues for attack. You know, you could build hovercraft or like pelicans. Obviously, that's not a... I'm going to speed it up here. Obviously, you don't have to do that. You can just send units across the land. But in any case, this should be a good game, I hope. And yeah, the tournament is actually over. This tournament that I'm casting has actually already been completed, but I don't know who won, so I've been intentionally trying to limit the amount of information I have about it. But yeah, guys, this is going to be fun to cast. I'm definitely going to go through it. Like I said, find all the really close and high skill sets of games, and that should be a lot of fun. But Terminator, who I've never casted before, I have played with Lemmin. I don't know if I've casted him, but Terminator I've never casted, and he's very aggressive here at the start with these peewees. He's got about 4 or 5. Sorry about that. A little sound bug there. And his opponent... Oh, okay. Lemmin has built a second plant already. So a little bit of skirmishes happening here in the middle. As you can see, this middle area does have quite a bit of metal and reclaim there, so certainly you want to take that over. Kind of a king of the crater type situation going on with this map. But Terminator has found this constructor making a geo, and Lemmin's juking and jiving a little bit. He has this one very annoying peewee in Lemmin's base. And actually another one here. So Terminator with some pretty nice harassment. He's been hitting both the top and the bottom there. And yeah, ooh, just look at that endless assembly line of peewees just coming across the map. And this is looking kind of bad for Lemmin. He needs to send his own forces back to his base and defend himself because yeah, this is not This is not ideal. He does have quite a few instigators here, and instigators do beat Pee-wees. But yeah, like these forces he's sending through the south, you might want to bring those back, as Terminator is now pushing through the north of his base. And, ooh. Looking kind of scary, guys. Looking kind of bad for Lemon. There are about, what, 5 Pee-wees here at the top, and he does bring them through. Where is the commander? The commander's over here. But as I said, Lemon is sending his own counterattacks, but they're just not getting much done because Terminator with a ton of Pee-wees. And this is kind of why I'm a little skeptical of this double plant approach. Lemon decided to go K-Bot Lob and Vehicle Plant. But his opponent, Terminator, just has... Well, okay, he's also gone Vehicles, but I think he just built that. But he's been on K-Bots for pretty much this whole game. And that's all he's needed. You know, he's been able to use all of his metal just spamming out Pee-wees. And you can see how effective that's been. Nice light laser tower placement, as you can see. Sorry about that. It's going to cover something like that. Forgive my terrible drawing skills. But yeah, something like that. But just looking at the mega map, I mean, the amount of pressure that Terminator is putting on here is it's a clinic. It's a bit outrageous. And this is just nasty. I mean, Lemon does not seem to have the production to keep up with this amount of pressure. And ooh, okay, this one instigator getting by though, but Terminator builds that light laser tower just in time, and he now has this squadron in the south that will be taking out metal extractors like it's going out of style. He also has a few here, but again, Lemon has built a 3rd plant, but he only has less than 20 metal income. And Terminator's looking pretty good in this game, guys. That's just so many Pee-wees. And just really ripping through the infrastructure of Lemon's commander, not even on the screen. And this beautiful 1440p, not even in the area, and Terminator taking out all of Lemon's energy, which is horrible. So his Lemon's commander is here, and we'll get that 1D gun off. But yeah, man, Terminator's really just picking him apart. I have to say, this game looks kind of over. Terminator's base has essentially been untouched, and it's not as though Lemon didn't try. Like, let's give some props to Lemon. He did make some attempts at raiding, but he's just been on the back foot the whole game, and Terminator's really been applying that pressure. And this is actually the first time in the game almost that you haven't seen this constant stream of Pee-wees flying across the map like some kind of you know, march out of hell. And that is because Terminator, I think, is upgrading to advanced vehicles, which is it's a pretty good time to do it. He's already struck a very devastating blow on his opponent in terms of the eco, and so it is a great opportunity for him to tech up to T2 and try to win that way. He's got some warriors now as well. And of course, warriors are a great counter to instigator spam. They just rip instigators apart. They have so much health, and they do a ton of damage. And really the weakness of the warrior in some ways is their range and how slow they are. But the thing is, instigators are have even shorter range, so they have to get in range of those warriors. I mean, as you can see here, none of these warriors have even died yet. And so, let's see how many kills. Let me slow it down a little bit. This guy has 10 kills. Ugh, what the hell? This one has 4 kills. 6 kills on that one. So these warriors really worth their weight in gold. Just a brutal counter to instigators. And oh, this game is looking so bad. Terminator at about 50 metal now. Lemon at 22. And Lemon realizing, yeah, this isn't good. Because Terminator was about to just start sending T2 to Lemon's base, and that would have been pretty nasty, guys. Okay, that was game 1. This is a best of 3. So Terminator is up 1 game so far, and guys, we are excited to see what is in the second game. First game was pretty good. I'm a little disappointed because that map was really awesome. The point of no return, and I felt like it could have gotten a lot more epic. But that's okay. We've got 2 more games. Well, hopefully it's a best of 3. We'll see. But okay, I'm going to the next game. Hello, everybody, and here we are in game 2 of this best of 3 between Lemon and Terminator. This time we're on a map called Castle Ground, and I have not cast this map either. There's some really interesting maps that I've never seen or casted before, or even played on. So that's awesome. I really appreciate that we're trying to break new ground here in this tournament. Trying to have some interesting new battlegrounds for our viewers to appreciate and enjoy. Okay, I just want to make sure that my mic is loud enough. I can never tell. But yeah, guys, I hope these 2 bring us perhaps a closer game than last time. The last game was a little short. Could have definitely gone on longer. But if you remember, Terminator did win that game. And let's see what changes they're making. Terminator is ARM again, and Lemon is Core again. So they are staying with their original factions. And we'll have to see what they want to do in this game. Now, I think vehicles would be better on this map just because it's so large. It's such a big map, and there's such a vast distance. So I kind of agree with Lemon's start here. I think Lemon starting vehicles is better. I think Terminator going K-bots. I think he's just kind of comfortable with K-bots, so maybe that's just his start. ARM K-bots are really damn strong. So I mean, I won't be too critical of that choice. I just think vehicles are better on this map. I mean, just how big it is. There isn't many obstacles. K-bots kind of do better around obstacles and mountains and trees and all that. But yeah, 6 weasels going up here. Gonna see if he can get anything done. Kill some metal extractors. Terminator is building a light laser tower, but it has not finished yet. Oh, this is a perfect timing. This is a perfect timing. He gets there literally a split second before that light laser tower finished, and he might get all 3 metal extractors there. Beautiful. That is just so annoying. And, you know, perhaps you're thinking, well, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it is a big deal. It definitely puts him back a little bit. It's definitely annoying. Even if he rebuilt those almost instantly, it caused these 3 constructors to stay back in the base. They could be already moving out on the map and taking it over, but they had to go back and build those. And maybe it's just a 30-second delay, but that 30 seconds can add up. That 30-second delay that Lemon just created with that amazingly timed rush could definitely make the difference in this game. That could be the difference between victory and defeat. So Lemon, very, very nice timing attack there. Very well played. Just before that light laser tower was built. I mean, perfect timing. That was crazy. And speaking of perfect timing, it seemed like Lemon built his own light laser tower there. Also, with some more harassment, the commander throwing out D-guns, and he will take out those instigators. But yeah, a lot of action going on here. Terminator does find this con, and can he get it? No, that con will use some nano blocking. It will keep himself alive. But guys, another reason I prefer vehicles here is also that vehicles are fast, like construction K-bots are faster, so they can get across the map more quickly and take over these metal spots. They just have more top speed. In general, the K-bots, hey, there's about to be a big battle here, but in general, K-bots have better acceleration while vehicles have the higher top speed. Depending on the map or situation, either can be good. But a very nice battle here between Pee-wees and Instigators. But with the help of a couple defensive emplacements, I think that should be pretty easily won by Terminator. But yeah, already Lemon is slightly ahead on the metal, and I expect that to continue just because he does have these vehicles. Of course, we don't want to stall. You definitely want to keep using those vehicles to take over the map, and he needs to move north as well. He hasn't sent any vehicles up this way, but yeah, even still, this game looking a lot better for Lemon. He's been the aggressor this game. As I mentioned in previous casts, like, a lot of the time, being the aggressor in TA really, it's much easier to be the one attacking than it is defending. That's just the way the game is designed. It's much easier to just give your units a move command and forget about them than it is to try to defend units in your base. And Lemon is just being a total a-hole here with these constant harassment. Terminator can't even keep his energy. He's struggling with energy. He can't even keep his energy bar up. And his plus energy right now is it's like 250 to Lemon's 455, so it's almost double. Lemon has almost double the energy income, and that is a big deal because this map seems like it doesn't have any geos. And wind just seems okay. So there's not a lot of like cheap, there's not great options for quick energy, so Terminator, if he falls behind on energy, is going to have to spend a lot to get it back, and Lemon is just really in his base now. It's just relentless pressure. He might even be able to get these 3 metal extractors. He at least gets 1. So very well done. This game is looking a lot better than the last game. Lemon was really able to get his feet before he just got swarmed with Pee-wees. And I think that's in large part because of the size of the map. Pee-wees are, of course, slower than Instigators. And you quiet. You go away. But yeah, at this point, Lemon just way ahead on resources, and now building some MAKs. Though, I don't know, sometimes I just call them a MAC. But either way, the MAK is the core equivalent to the Warrior. And absolutely disgusting unit. Especially against Pee-wees. Very good counter to Pee-wees. And yeah, so Lemon is finally sending that construction vehicle north. So yeah, those MAKs now moving through. And once those kind of get to Terminator's base, it might be the game, because these things just chew through Pee-wees like breakfast. They outrange the Pee-wees. They do a massive amount of damage. I mean, they can pretty much just kill them in 1 or 2 shots. Yeah, MAKs versus Pee-wees, it's a very bad matchup. The only one that might be worse is levelers. So levelers are just even more kind of overpowered against Pee-wees. But yeah, these oh my god, these 10 MAKs are just going to wreak havoc all over Terminator's base. You know, I was about to make a reference that I probably shouldn't. It's a little inappropriate, but you know, use your imagination. These MAKs are just going to have a field day with Terminator's Pee-wees and base and everything else. Of course, they're a lot more expensive. I mean, these MAKs are I don't know, 3 or more times the cost of a Pee-wee. So yeah, they're expensive. It's kind of a tier 1.5 unit, but man, do they shit all over Pee-wees. It's ugh. Somebody call the wambulance. And you know, Lemon can't even keep up his own energy production here with 4 factories building. But I have to think these MAKs are going to be nearly unstoppable. He does have some warriors, and the warriors are a decent counter, but I don't know, not enough warriors, not enough. And some raiders now coming in as well. The raider's a good choice for these dragon's teeth because the raider bullet will have a trajectory. And it can fly over the dragon's teeth there and hit that LLT, where the MAKs could not. Or he could just also ignore the LLT. That's always a possibility. But I mean, just looking at the mega map kind of tells the whole story. All the aggression is on Terminator's side. All of the fight is on his side of the map. And oh my god, he's Terminator building a line of LLTs, and I still just don't think it's enough to really save him here. I think this whole left base is about to get Yeetus deleted. And you know, Lemon at this point, doubling resources, doubling metal, doubling energy. And though, in fairness, by kind of trying to avoid those light laser towers, he's really, he's caused Terminator to have much more of a foothold than I think he would have. I think if he had just taken that whole force and gone straight into his base, could have taken out everything. But either way, he's done so much economic damage at this point that Terminator's really going to have a hard time making his way back. And Lemon now going into T2, which is you've got to feel is just going to be the nail in the coffin. Let's go ahead and see what. So Terminator's commander is here. He's got 14 kills. He's been de-gunning his little heart out. And he is still healthy. He's at full health, so he's not in danger of getting sniped right now. Oh, I say that, but perhaps I spoke too soon. There are so many units coming at him. Now, of course, the D-gun will outrange the MAKs, but I don't know. He's gonna have to D-gun his little heart out. He's running. He's running. Oh my god, Lemon's kind of blocking him here. And some really nice D-guns, though. He does survive this. He doesn't even get down into the yellow. So, yeah, Terminator really holding on for dear life with his commander. But, yeah, Lemon going to T2. I really would like to see him take these, though. He needs to take these metal spots. So many metal spots that he could take. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know those are there. I don't know. It's like he doesn't see those. He definitely wants to take those. Maybe he just doesn't notice those are there. That's the only explanation I can think of, because that's metal. But yeah, his opponent hasn't taken him either. But that's, I think, more just because he's under this constant harassment. go ahead and speed the game up a little bit. But yeah, point is, Terminator definitely with a valiant fight, a valiant defense. He's certainly not just going to roll over and die. But at this point, discretion may be the better part of valor, because things are looking quite dire for my red arm friend. As Lemon continues to roll through. Of course, this is a lot of light laser towers, but Raiders are a great counter to light laser towers. Raiders kind of like a light laser tower's worst nightmare, just eats them alive. And has enough health to really survive Doomsday, so... even though there are a couple of Pee-wees here, I don't know if it's going to matter. Lemon just now moving down the map with a massive amount of very powerful T1 units. Slow that down. And, you know, these light laser towers are really proving to have lasted a lot longer than I really thought they would. But now Lemon has Reapers. And I was about to bring that up. I was going to say, when Lemon finishes his advanced vehicle plant, I expect him to pump out Reapers. And that is exactly what he will do. Because Reapers are essentially the upgrade to the Leveler. They're a T2 riot tank. So they, you know, I'm not going to mince words. They really just kind of shit on anything that's T1. I mean, why pretend otherwise? The Reaper is the bane of T1 units. They are absolutely devastating. They are a great mix of speed, damage, DPS. They fire very quickly, so they can rapidly switch targets and you know, take out mass swaths of, you know, it's a riot tank, so it's got to be able to take out large numbers of units. And of course, I think they even outrange the Warriors. Maybe not by much, but yeah, they do outrange them. But oh, you can see, it's just, it's not even fair. And you know, I agree with Lemon here, kind of avoiding that commander. The only real threat to these Reapers at this point are the Bulldog, or the D-Gun. And if he can stay out of the D-Gun range, he's pretty much just going to be able to walk through this base with near impunity. And I have to think that Terminator, upon seeing these Reapers, is going to probably pull the ripcord. And yeah, Reapers are even stronger against LLTs than are the Raiders. And Terminator just flustered at this point, just kind of panicking, not sure what to do. Reapers are in his base. They're climbing in his windows, snatching his people up. Yeah, this is disgusting. You can see these Reapers really did make the difference. I mean, Lemon was ahead, and he's been ahead all game, but once those Reapers got out on the field, it was such a massive technological advantage. And I've mentioned this before, guys. It's called TA escalation, okay? And that's really how the game plays. If you can get a tech advantage on your opponent, it's usually pretty devastating. And you could see here that once Lemon made it to T2 and kind of asserted his technological prowess over his opponent, things began to deteriorate in a very rapid manner. Of course, Sentinels are a little hardier than your light laser towers, but alas, Terminator has given up. He has almost nothing left, and he will finally call it. So guys, that was an amazing game 2. Lemon certainly looking better than in game 1. I don't know how much of that was him playing better versus just the map really favoring him or benefiting him. As I mentioned before, that bigger map with a lot of flat space really benefits vehicles, and I think Lemon making that choice to go vehicles this game was the better option. I think it was. I think it turned out to really be the better option. So, okay, guys, that was a great game too. And now we're going to go on to game 3 to see who wins this tournament round and moves on to the next bracket. Hello, everybody, and welcome to game 3 of our tournament round between Lemminkainen and Terminator. Terminator still in the red, the core commander, and Lemon in his fabulous dark ocean blue as the armed commander. And guys, I have to say the first 2 games were pretty good. We had some. The last game was a pretty epic match, but both games have been felt similar in the sense that one player was ahead for most of the game. They kind of took an early advantage and then snowballed that advantage. I will say in the last game, Terminator really did hold on really well. I mean, he held out as long as he could and put up a really good defense. But ultimately, Lemon did overrun him with the T2 and the Reapers. So this looks like a win map. Guys, this is Corruption. I have casted Corruption. There are like 10,000 different variants of this map. It is a really neat map, and it can be used for 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, whatever, right? I mean, there's lots of variants of this map. It's definitely a classic. But this game, a bit of a switch. Lemon going for K-bots, and Terminator going for vehicles. And I still like vehicles more on this map. I still think vehicles are the better choice because there's a big distance between the 2 players. But it's a little closer. Hang on. Hold that thought. One Jeffy will make it down. Of course, one Jeffy is not going to be enough to kill a K-bot, but he could kill these metal extractors, but we have more Jeffys on the way. Terminator taking that early aggression. And with this many Jeffys, he can take out a construction K-bot. There's just not enough nano blocking in the world to stop this. And that K-bot will go down. But Lemon does build a pulverizer. Those are decent against Jeffys. They will clean them up eventually. But yeah, Terminator with a great start. And again, this is why I said I prefer vehicles on this map. Terminator was able to get that first strike. He was able to get those 5 Jeffys into Lemon's base way before Lemon could. I mean, look, Lemon sent these, Lemon's got these 3 K-bots. But they're not even halfway across the map yet. So yeah, vehicles definitely on this map have an advantage in terms of speed, and Terminator certainly putting that to good use and getting that early advantage. He certainly has gotten an early advantage, and wisely putting his light laser tower here so that it can defend these 3 metal spots. So again, I do prefer vehicles on this map, and I do think that Terminator has gotten an early lead because of his choice to go vehicles. Oh, and he might get a second construction K-bot. That would just be so devastating. Man, Terminator really using these 5 Jeffys. These are still the original Jeffys he sent. So using these to maximum effect. Very, very powerful early game rating happening here. And yeah, Terminator looking really good this game. Definitely angry about the outcome of the last game. Definitely a little butthurt. Wanting some revenge. Wanting to you know, wanting to annihilate his opponent. I mean, it is total annihilation after all. What would it be if we didn't want to annihilate our opponent? Get that sweet, sweet revenge for being clowned on in the second game. Can Terminator take the third game? Certainly, I feel he has an advantage because I think vehicles are better on this map. As you can see, I mean, it just feels like it's taking a lifetime for these AKs to even get across the landscape here. But you know, that doesn't guarantee that Terminator will win. But you know, these flashes are just faster. They can catch up. They can kind of catch this rating. And of course, flashes are quite a bit stronger than AKs. They have more health and they do more damage per second. So yeah, these flashes will just run these AKs down. No problemo. A nice LLT placement here. It's gonna kind of guard this whole area. You might be able to sneak something through there, but yeah, very well placed. But Lemon looking for another approach. He will try to collapse on these flashes, and can he do it? Yeah. Very nice concave with the AKs, and using their superior numbers to overwhelm these flashes. There are quite a few more AKs. And so Lemon back on the mass production game plan that he was on game one, just sending that steady stream of units from his side of the map to his opponent. I think I said Terminator on that game plan. So that seems to be his strategy, and he will get one AK through here, and that will be very annoying for sure. However, Terminator doing his own defending pretty well, and certainly able to stop this aggression. Pretty, you know, doing a decent job of curtailing any harassment. Nice, really nice light laser tower placement, I have to say. He's kind of placing them in such a way that they're covering a decent area without overcommitting to it. Guys, you can overcommit to defense in this mod. I have seen a lot of players that just want to try to build defense everywhere, and that's not how you do it. You definitely want to build defense strategically, build it in a place where it will be used, put it in a high traffic area. Defense that is placed somewhere that it will never be used is just money wasted. I mean, if it never fires, if it never kills anything, then you just wasted your resources. So defenses are incredibly cost efficient, but only if they actually get used correctly. Where mobile units can always be used. I mean, you can move them anywhere you need to. So yeah, I'm impressed with the way Terminator has been building his defenses here. Just really good coverage. Really good coverage. Now he does need to, on the left side, he needs to get some coverage over here. Kind of cut off some of these entrances. There, maybe there. Maybe there, something like that. But he's doing it. But yeah, Terminator definitely in the lead, but not by much. It's still a close game. Lemon has definitely bounced back. And but Terminator rushing to T2, not even building a second lab. So as you can see, oh, hang on, hold that thought. Big battle in the middle. So as you can see, it's pretty typical for players to build multiple labs at the start, or like build a couple labs and then say an aircraft plant. But to go from one lab straight into T2, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. Because Terminator has done a great job with just one vehicle plant assisted by the commander, and I mean, if he can finish his vehicle plant, start pumping out some Panthers, that would be pretty devastating. Even more so if he could do Bulldogs, but he doesn't have the energy for that. And really, Terminator needs to take these Mohos, or these geothermal plants, because they're like, what, 350 energy each. He really needs that energy to produce T2 successfully. You know, solar collectors are okay, but they're not really enough for a T2 economy. And if he could take a couple geos here, he could start pumping out Bulldogs, I think, and that would just be devastating. In terms of Lemon, he's also on T2 and starting to build some Pyros. Pyro is a really good early T2 option. They are very strong against most T1 threats because they're fast and they do a lot of short-range damage, and most T1 units are pretty short-ranged. So enough Pyros will chew through flashes. You do need kind of a critical mass, but once you have enough Pyros, they can chew through flashes. And here in the middle, there's just a lot of back and forth. Really close battle here. But in mass, if we're just throwing units at one another, flashes will win that battle. The advantage the Instigator has is that it's slightly longer range than the Flash. So you don't want to just clash. You don't want to just throw your units into the meat grinder. You definitely, as the core player, want to kind of try to micro those Instigators out of the Flash range. Keep them at a distance. But yeah, as you can tell, Terminator definitely came out on top of that engagement. But now building Javelins. Javelins, a great counter to Instigators. They will, like I just said, the Instigators outrange the Flashes, but the Javelins outrange the Instigators. So Javelins are really great counter to Instigators and AKs if you can get enough. And yeah, Lemon playing it a little better this time, as you can see, just kind of skirting the edge of the Flash range. You definitely don't want to just throw them into the meat grinder. You gotta micro your Instigators, but now Pyro in the mix. And yeah, these Pyros pretty good against Flashes. Pretty devastating. And yeah, that Pyro will eat those Flashes alive, just burning them to a crisp, melting them into a steel pool. And we'll take out that construction vehicle. And does outrange the Flashes as well. Of course, it seems a little slower. But man, yeah, these Pyros against Flashes, a very nasty matchup. And while Lemon has been keeping those Flashes busy, he has sent the rest of his forces to the northeast. And this is quite a few Flashes and Pyros, but of course the Panthers and Javelins are here now, and Panthers and Javelins are a very strong counter to what Lemon currently has. Yeah, Panthers and Javelins, nice option, but there is this one annoying Flash that got through, and he probably will kill that construction K-bot. But in the meantime, there are about 8 Pyros here in the middle, and they will also do this devastating damage pushing through the north. But Javelins and Panthers are a pretty decent response. So I don't think the Pyros will get too much done. Yeah, Terminator really switching to Javelins and Panthers at the right time. If he was still using flashes, this would be really ugly, because those pyros can just melt the flashes. So this is a much better counter. And let's see what he's doing. He's finally building that Geo. Yeah, he's finally building the Geo. And still working on Panthers. And let's see what Lemon's doing. Working on cans. Now, this is what I'll say. Cans are really good against, say, Panthers and Javelins. They're strong. They have a ton of health. They outrange the Panthers and the Javelins. They are just absolute monsters of units. And we have seen games won, literally. I have casted games where all the person built was just cans. Like the can game plan. Can do, if you will. You know, you have to have a can-do mindset. You know, I can't believe that he's building this. Man, this one flash, well, maybe this might be a different one, but the point is, Lemon really not protecting his flanks. Doesn't really have any light laser towers back here, and that's annoying. As you can see, Terminator has done a better job of kind of defending those exposed areas. So yeah, this one flash, very annoying. But what I was saying is that the can really is a powerful option at this point in the game. The drawback is that they're slow. They take forever to move across the map. This is a pretty big map for 1v1. And those cans are going to limp across the map. And wow, this one flash, such a nuisance. He's just getting so much accomplished. But, yeah. If he can get like 5-10 cans, he could probably just start a death push up the middle, or up the northeast. But you really need a lot of them, and they're slow. So eventually, I think this plan will bear fruit. I think eventually this will be a good option, but not right now. Lemon has, however, gone for air, and that will afford him some flexibility in terms of his options for, say, rebuilding his economy, or he could go into bombers. Neither player has used air much throughout these matches, which is a little surprising, but in some ways, it's really the best players that take advantage of air. So once we get into the EXE games, Herald, Combat Disc, anyone from the TA Gods clan, yeah, all these really legendary players will be using air, and so I'm very excited about that, because air is certainly very fun to cast. And those cans finally making it to the front line. They're slower than sacks of grain, and they cannot keep up with these Panthers. But as you can see, if they can get in range of them, they are quite devastating. But these Panthers are actually a decent counter to Lemon as well, because they have a little anti-air missile. So that will be annoying. But yeah, these cans are going to struggle to catch up with the Panthers. The Panthers can just outrun them, as you can see, and that's going to be really annoying. In fact, I would tell Lemon to not even try to chase those with cans, because you're just wasting your time. Take your army of cans and move north. See if you can get a good counterattack going. These cans will tear through almost any defense that Terminator has right now. And yeah, Terminator taking my advice and building those geos, getting his energy economy online. And the next thing I was going to say is it's time to switch to Bulldogs. The Panther phase is over. The Bulldog phase has begun. And Bulldogs are a decent counter to cans. So cans can tear through Panthers, but Bulldogs will match them pretty well. And Terminator also starting to build some bombers. But yeah, these Panthers, such an annoyance. And then we'll take out that upgraded Geo. And now they will move through and take out even more Eco. And Terminator really beginning to pull ahead here in earnest. He has 80 metal per second to Lemmin's 60. He's basically doubling his energy production. And now building Bulldogs. And I've made this comment in previous casts, but Bulldogs are just so disgusting in escalation. But oh no. Okay, hang on. Terminator making a crucial mistake here, and he doesn't have a radar. So Terminator is on T2. He could easily build like a T2 radar. But he doesn't have a radar, and so he does not realize that Lemmin has a squad of cans sneakily moving up the east side here. Oh, this is so brilliant. And but cans are so slow that even though this was kind of a sneak attack, Terminator may be able to stop it in time. A very nice sneak attack, but yeah, Terminator does catch wind of it before it can do anything too devastating. But we are 23 minutes into this game, and it's still anyone's game, but it feels like Terminator has a lead, and the cans do make it basically all the way to Terminator's main base, and it took forever because they are slow. But with the help of these Bulldogs and this upgraded Geo, I think he will be able to clean them up before they can do too much. And yeah, Terminator ahead, but he's not using his metal. Like, Terminator definitely needs to he definitely needs to be using his metal. He could build a second advanced vehicle plant if he needs. He is doing that. He is building a second advanced vehicle plant just to kind of double his production. He could build an advanced aircraft plant. He could go into K-bots. ARM has some really good advanced K-bots that would really help. He could build a fusion if necessary, but either way, he's got more metal. He's basically doubling Lemmin's metal at this point, and he can't use it. He definitely needs to be using it. Lemmin is just totally tapped out on metal, and Terminator can't use it. So yeah, I will say though, it's Terminator does not have as much defense. As you can see, Lemmin has done a great job building this great wall here of sentinels or gats. But the problem is Lemmin needs a way back into this game, and his side of the map has been devastated. He doesn't have the same T2 economy. He doesn't have as many Moho metal extractors. And Terminator definitely had, and finally using his metal as well. Finally on that second vehicle plant. And at this point, he could just build a bunch of Bulldogs, because Bulldogs are decent against cans. I don't know if I'd call them a counter. The Penetrator is more of a counter to cans, but Bulldogs certainly can match cans. It's a fairly even matchup. Maybe Bulldogs have a slight advantage. But bulldogs, yeah, with this many bulldogs, he can take care of those cans fairly easily. And if the cans get clumped, it's even worse because the bulldog does have AoE, so each shot can actually hit multiple cans. So yeah, it's a close matchup, and it depends on micro. But basically, with this many bulldogs, things are going to start to look pretty bad for Lemon. And Terminator also going into advanced aircraft. Now, Terminator does not seem to know that Lemon has some rapiers. And these rapiers, there's, what, 10 of them or so? They could make a difference because Terminator has 0 air defense. There are no flaks here. Lemon could even win the game. And let's slow it down. It looks like that's what he's going to try to do. I think Lemon is going for a desperate all-in kind of snipe the commander play here. And defenders are strong, but they're not strong enough against these rapiers. Oh my god, what is going on? Terminator was ahead. Terminator was really in control of this game. And now Lemon, with this desperate last-ditch effort, this Hail Mary, to bring the game back into his favor. And Terminator has cloaked his commander. But, let's see, is he still cloaked? Yeah, the commander is cloaked for Terminator. And, ooh, Lemon just shooting at the ground, desperately looking for that commander. The commander is cloaked, so he won't see him. But, oh my god, he knows where he is somehow. Even though he can't see the commander, he knows where he is, but those defenders are slowly making volleys. I cannot believe this. I can't believe this. Okay, his commander has been revealed, I think. No. Lemon still can't see his commander, but he knows he's there. Oh my god, dude. Terminator is so low. He's at 1 hit. He's at 1 hit. I can't believe this. He's so low, he's nano-blocking his little heart out. And these rapiers are dying. And it looks like he's also trying to repair the commander too. How is he still alive? How is this commander still alive? What kind of hacks shenanigans? Oh my god, this is so crazy. How is he still alive? There we go. It took a while, but Lemon does finally kill him. That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. That was such a crazy ending. I really did not expect that. I had no idea how that game was going to turn out. I had no idea who was going to win. But, you know, Terminator certainly in the lead. And that's why you have to build flaks, guys. You have to build flaks in your base to stop that kind of shenanigans. Uh-oh. Anyways, guys, the point is, that was an epic series. Very well played by both players. Terminator certainly had, he certainly had the advantage in that game, and there is no reason he shouldn't have won. He just needed a single flak in his base, and that would have taken out those rapiers. But he just did not build air defense in time. He had no fighters. Guys, air in TA is very volatile. It can easily snipe a commander. So well played by both players. And Terminator, I think, did better, but Lemon had the better strategy, and he does end up killing him. So guys, that was our first set from the tournament. I will be bringing you more. I also have promised PTAC that I will cast a bar game, so I am definitely going to be casting a bar game soon. Definitely. I have a few bar games to cast. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next game.